Yo guys, how's it going? It's Rob here. Bring you guys another video. Today we're going to be talking about university, college, whatever you call it from where you're from. It's going to be kind of going over my experience so far. Starting off, just to let you guys know, I'm from Canada. I go to Western University. I am currently majoring in accounting, honors specialization accounting to be specific, and I'm doing a minor in psychology. Now, growing up, I would say, just to give you guys some background, I was a pretty good student. Actually, I would say I was a pretty good student starting in like grade six. Up until grade six, I was just like a slacker. I was super lazy, wouldn't do my homework. Just kind of, one of those kids. And I don't know, something just changed in the grade six. I had a really good teacher. Won't call all his name out necessarily. I think it was like Mr. Rizzo or something, but he was really good. He made me actually like math, which is kind of weird. To go from not liking math to liking math all of a sudden, that's so weird. But yeah, I liked math. I was good at it. I started feeling good about getting good grades. It was something that I looked forward to. I would work hard and I'd be like, damn, like I did good on this. I worked really hard at it and I got a good grade. But yeah, and then in high school, all throughout high school I had very similar grades. I was above 80% average student. And then yeah, ended up getting around a 90 average in grade 12. Mostly because I wanted to get a really high scholarship to get into university. And yeah, I got accepted into Western. I'm actually part of King's, which is part of Western. It's an affiliate college. But I'm still able to take courses at main campus. I can take courses at Huron, Brescia, or King's, which is really awesome to be able to take courses at like 4 different established schools. It's really cool, really awesome part about Western. But yeah, you're probably wondering why do you have psychology in there, like with accounting? Those seem like totally different things. I don't know. I've just always been intrigued by like psychology and philosophy. It's nice change of pace from accounting, which is all numbers. Making sure your shit balances, and then you go into psychology and philosophy, and it's like you can open up your mind and kind of, I don't know, it's just really cool learning about how we work. It's stuff you don't think about like on the day to day. Learning about like, for example, like why we exist, which is more philosophy, or like when it comes to psychology, understanding why people do certain things like self-serving bias, only believing what you think to be true is true, or choosing to believe something because you think it will benefit you, and you I'm literally trying to describe a psychological concept in a few words real sillily. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain why exactly I chose to do both, but I just like them. Simple as that. But when it came to my actual experience so far in college and university, a lot of people, I don't know if there's anyone listening to this maybe in high school, but a lot of people are nervous to go to college or university because they think it's going to be a lot more challenging than high school. What I would say to that is, yes, to some degree, it is more challenging. The stuff you learn about is more in depth in a lot of ways. It can also be more broad, but it's usually more in depth. It's expanding on the stuff you already know. So if you forget some of that stuff that you learned in high school, I know that was a fear of mine. I'm like, fuck, like I don't remember calculus, or I don't remember, certain business things I learned. Or another thing I was nervous about was you can take accounting in high school. And I didn't. I just went right into accounting and I was fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I was fine. Don't be worried about it if you're going to college or university about what you learned in high school. To be honest, like, yeah, a lot of it is fundamental and it's important, but all those little details, they don't really matter. You end up relearning them. They do a lot of review in university. Like another example is like in Canada, you have to take two courses, two math courses to be exact in high school to take like business courses, engineering courses. You have to take calculus, and you have to take what's the other one called? It's just another math course. It's like an algebra course, but you have to take both. I only took one. I took the algebra course because I was very insecure. I was good at math, but I was like, fuck, like two math courses, like it's gonna fuck my average up. So I ended up taking the other one. I ended up taking it in university, and a lot of my high school teachers were like, hey, like you should just take it now while you're in high school because it's gonna be even harder in university. And obviously that scared me, but I was like, fuck, like I don't know, like I'm not gonna do it. I ended up deciding not to do it, and then I took it in university. Guess what? I fucking rocked it in university. It was honestly one of my favorite courses I ever took. I ended up taking calculus in university. I ended up getting like a 96 in it. I happened to have the Western's third best math teacher, something like that, who fucking was amazing. It made understanding the math so easy. That sentence didn't sound like it grammarly made sense, but you know what I mean. So I ended up loving math. And from there, I was like, fuck, I'm pretty good at it. Gonna go right into accounting because, like in the first year, you're kind of just like floating around in your program. Like I was in the business program. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Am I going to take accounting? Am I going to do finance? Am I going to do economics? Didn't like economics too much because it's kind of boring to me, honestly, like just looking at graphs, but some people love it and I respect that. People like different things, but so if you're in high school and you're listening to this, your teachers give really good advice. Don't get me wrong, but like, honestly, like everyone at the end of the day is giving advice based on their own experience or based on what other people have told them. And a lot of the times you're going to have different experiences than people. And, it could end up something that didn't work out for them might end up working out for you. You might just get one of the best math professors for that class that they said was going to be super challenging. Maybe it would have been really hard for me if I got a worse math professor. I don't know. But moving on from that, going more in depth on the professors. Professors play a huge role in college. Like in high school, you kind of don't really have much of a choice. If you got to take a certain math, like you basically have probably one professor or maybe two to choose out of. And then even then, like, you don't get that much choice. I don't know if like you get electives or what, or how your timetables work for the schools you're at. But anyways, in college and university, you get to choose when you have your courses, and usually the programs, especially at Western, have like 3 or 4 professors teaching them, usually on average per course, at each affiliate or school. So like in Western, so if you multiply that by 4 by each campus that's at Western, you end up getting like around like 15 professors total that you can choose from to do one course. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. So what you can do is you can go and rate my professor and just look up each professor for each of the sections for that course and just figure out which one you think will blend well with you or which one you think you'll actually enjoy having, and it can make a huge difference. I highly recommend that. Find out as much information you can about the professor you're going to have, because it can make a huge difference. Like I've had a professor for actually economics in first year, not going to name bomb him, but like cool guy, really cool guy. But he just literally how his class would work is he would put black and white PDFs of graphs. This is economics on the board or on the PowerPoint or whatever it was. And just literally talk about them. So I'm literally staring at a graph in class and he's just blurting his mouth off here in front of me. And he was pretty monotoned. And I'm just sitting there and I'll tell you right now, I was asleep for at least half of those classes because I wasn't staying awake for that. There's no way. Like, you'll find that actually a lot of your classes that are super boring or that you fucked up on and got a bad professor, that you will fall asleep and you'll get in this, like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but you get in this, like, trance where you're starting to fall asleep and you're fighting it. You're like, fuck, like, I don't want to go to sleep. so you try to stay awake. It's so funny because like you'll close your eyes and you'll be like, fuck, like my eyes are closed, you open back up, and there's so many times where I would like wake back up from a quick like nap or something and make eye contact with my professor, and it's so awkward. You're like, fuck man, like it's not you, like it is you, but like I feel bad. Like it's pretty awkward, but that's kind of funny. Oh shit, I'm not paying attention. But yeah, that's fun about college. Times fall asleep. Don't be too stressed out about that. Trying to stay awake, like it's fine. If you're feeling really tired or if you're sick, stay home. It's not a big deal. Some classes it is like you got to go to. Like I know a couple of my accounting courses, especially in third year. Attendance is mandatory. Like if you miss like a certain amount of class, I don't know, like 3 or 4, you get barred from writing the final exam, which sucks. But it's fair. Like it's CPA, it's pretty strict. But yeah, like oh shit, I thought it was a 2v1. But yeah, if you miss a class, not a big deal, and like you have a lot more freedom in college and university, like kind of do your own thing, which is really nice. Like again, getting to choose which professors you want, getting to choose when your classes are. You could really like that's honestly one of the things I love the most is my third year. I'm going into 4th year now, just to give you context. So this is like, I guess part of this year just ended like a couple months ago. I was able to make my course load where I would have Fridays and Mondays off. Fucking incredible. So I think how it ended up working out was like, I would have a couple morning classes on Tuesday and Thursday. And then I would have one class on Wednesday, which was a 3-hour lecture. And then so I would have sorry, I'm getting a little confused here. So 2 classes in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then a night class Tuesday and Thursday. So altogether like 7 hours, I think, of class on Tuesday and Thursday. And then the one class, a 3-hour class on Wednesday, something like that. I don't know. There might have been one more class in there, but besides the point. Yeah, really cool. I got Mondays and Fridays off. Basically had a 4-day weekend. What that enabled me to do was work part-time during the weekends. Even more than part-time. I could work like 3 days on a weekend if I wanted to, which is really nice for those of you or anyone in college or university right now who wants to like, isn't able to afford going or doesn't want to take out a loan. It's a great way to make money on the side, like while you're doing school. I had found no problem with it. Balancing work-life balance and school is like not as hard as you'd think to do. It can be very stressful at times, but you make it work. The human body and the human mind adapt very well. But yeah, a lot of people, I think, they do go into debt for college and university, which is understandable. If you want to get a good job when you're older and your program's a little more expensive, or even some people have their parents pay for it, which is great too. It's very blessed, but yeah, I personally wanted to have my school fully paid off. So I've been working part-time and full-time during summer, part-time during school year to pay it off. Cause I want to come out of college and university ready to go into the workforce with no burdens on me, but that's just how I decided to do it. Some of you might do it a different way. Totally up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. I personally don't like having the stress of having a loan I need to pay off on my mind, but some people are okay with that and drive some people, yeah. But what else did I want to talk about? How are we doing this game? 5-2, 4-1 right now. It's pretty good. I hear guys singing up. Is he in our spawn? Oh my god, he didn't see me. Let's go. Yeah, extracurriculars. If you're in college or university right now, or you're going into it this coming up year, highly recommend doing extracurriculars, whether that be intramurals or joining like the orientation team or at your school or whatever, like introducing the new students. Try and get involved. It's really fun to do so. Yeah, I'll give you some points right now on why you should do it, and I hope you do. So not only is it super fun to do, you get to like play soccer, intramurals, or whatever you're doing, or help the new students coming along, whatever you decide to do. You also get to meet a lot of new people. You'll meet people in your programs, outside of your programs. Meet people from different countries, which is really cool too, because you might find that you don't talk to people in your class. This might be a good way to talk to people outside of class. You join certain clubs, you might find people that share interests with you. Yeah, and it just gives you something to do if you're not working, or even if you are working, you got free things on your plate, which I was doing some years. Just gives you another thing to do on the side. Because, sometimes just focusing on school can get really boring and gets really stressful, and it's just nice to have something else to look forward to during the week and kind of separate your work or your school week up in your work week. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to cover. Kind of just finish out this game. I'll let you guys stick around. Hopefully I can pull off a win here, actually focus, secure the W. I think it can easily be done. I'll just take a quick second also to mention that you should go like my Instagram and my TikTok page and follow me on both of those. Posting additional content there. Some highlights are on there as well from the YouTube channel, but for the most part, new content is posted on there. Also got a podcast called Which One with my dad. It's on Spotify and Anchor. If you want to go check that out as well. But yeah, let's try and clean up this game here. See if we can finish this off. Oh. One guy. Second guy. There we go. So yeah, 6-3 victory. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed a little conversation about college and university. If you guys want me to talk more about it, or maybe have certain questions you wanted to ask me about how I felt about college or university, or if you need help, just reach out. Send me a message on YouTube or Instagram, whatever you feel works best for you. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Love y'all. See you later.